Hello there, my name is Jared, and this is my project demo for SIT210 for my security card and temperature checker. So, the whole idea of this project is that it utilizes the DHT sensor to mimic a card reader, because I haven't been able to obtain one, and the DHT humidity temperature sensor to, well, check your temperature and things. With this demo today as well, we'll be using a couple of LED lights over here with the Raspberry Pi to demonstrate each phase and each section. Now, at the time of this recording, my DHT sensor sadly has kind of bugged out and kind of stopped working, which is a bit saddening, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna spoof different temperatures instead to show the readings of each thing. As you can see here, each part of the sensor is hooked up to different parts of the particle argon, and from there those parts will show everything. So in this instance here with the code, we will first show what happens when you scan your card, which we're going to do with my Deacon card. Well, yeah, just as a makeshift thing to go. We're going to use that, and then we're going to check to see first when the temperature is above 38 degrees. That means the person has a fever probably, and most likely shouldn't be going to work. So if we pretend to semi-scan this card here, if you check over here, the light goes off to check to see if what they've scanned, and then the red part now shows when it flashes red to say that, well, look over here, the security stays locked, and it checked the system and temperature, and that the temperature is unusually high, so they need to go home and get tested for today. Now, if we were to change this temperature to 37 instead, and then flash the code, which is gonna just take a little bit, sadly. Cool, okay, well I guess while that's actually going, I'll explain what's happening over here. So essentially when you create this Raspberry Pi Python code, it pretty much sets up all of the LEDs here to your different pins and to which LEDs are happening and etc. Make sure the warnings are set to false, otherwise everything is just gonna warn you with stuff and like that. Set up the code so that it continuously loops when it actually triggers that particular code for the warning part, the scanning part, and when it has to open the door. The opening door has two different setups for the lights, just to show and signify that, yeah, you green light, and then to open the door on there. Now, to process everything and to get everything to work together between both the argon and the particle and the Raspberry Pi, pretty much what happens here is that it will subscribe to an MQTT service, and that's how we are pretty much getting our things to send to each other. So if you notice here, it looks for a specific message that the particle sends out. For example, it will be the card scanned, open locked, or stay locked, which reminiscently over here is the same thing. Depending on whatever is sent off to the client, in this case, it'll then, well, be detected by the client and then submit that particular and print that particular part. So therefore we'll get the right LEDs working and things like that as well. This is how we start the MQTT client and therefore loop the entire thing and make sure that the subscribe section is to security. And we get these nice little things here. So we're gonna test the second one now, and the second one should be a pass, which I will use with my normal card. With my normal card now, there we go. So then it's yellow, green to say that all good, and then door is now opened. And yeah, pretty much if you check the particle console as well here, it's showing how the data sent out is a particular range. The range of when the card gets scanned is pretty particular, has to be less than 10 as well. Obviously now that's done. So now the security card is getting scanned. It opens the lock. And everything is fine, so you can now enjoy your day and go to work safely, knowing that you don't have a fever and probably don't have COVID. So yeah, that's the entire project.